Ramble.
Thanks so much to Anchor, Sleep Number, and Shopify for sponsoring this episode.
We are the Try Guys. Welcome to the TryPod. This is a podcast about things we tried this week and us just talking and shooting the shit. You got Ned.
Hey.
You got Keith.
Hey.
You got Eugene.
Guten Tag.
Oh, and you got Zach. Hey.
Bonjour to you, sir.
Wow, is that a German
Willkommen.
greeting? Huh?
Willkommen.
Is that welcome?
Welcome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome in.
yeah. It sounded like welcome in.
Breckensie, yes. You should talk in German more often.
He's
He's going to try to do the whole podcast in German with the 10 words he knows.
This isn't something that I've made up, but it is amazing how any European accent, we're cool with us doing that. But if you do any other accent in the world, it's not okay.
We are of European descent.
No, but I'm cool with Eugene doing a German accent.
Well, that's because
He is of European descent.
you didn't get made fun of as a child for an accent.
I think that's totally fair. It's
Yeah.
just it's interesting.
I mean, do you want to do a Asian accent right now?
I'd
don't
love
to
to
hear you
I'm
do
not
it.
saying I want to.
It sounded like that's what you were pitching.
No, I'm just saying.
All right, let's go around each white try guy. Give me
Zach, me laddie. I think you should do an Asian accent.
Like clearly a stereotype of that accent, but no one bats an eye. We're like, yeah, that's funny. It's great.
He nailed it.
No, it's because I really like Outlander.
There you go. I'm gonna slowly tiptoe back away from this statement and
Yeah,
assertion.
we got out of it. I feel like we got out of it easy.
back to the tripod.
Oh boy.
Oh,
That
I
was
don't
a
know
good
when
one.
Ned does it. It's
That was a
it's
good
getting
one.
bad.
Swedish.
Back to the tripod.
to the tripod.
Well, you know, I think that was a good thing. We're gonna keep that segment.
We're
in.
definitely keeping that
because
in.
sometimes we say things in the tripods, and then our wives ask us to take it back. So Becky has
You have a correction.
have
Becky has
correction?
another correction. I have
Ooh,
besmirched
ooh.
her name by not being clear that when I was talking about how she doesn't watch our videos, it was specifically chicken watch. Those and the dumb videos where I eat fast food and rap in the car with Chris Reinecker. Those are the videos she doesn't watch.
So she watches Eat the Menu, but she doesn't watch Chicken Watch.
Correct.
Becky wanted it to be very clear that
Yikes.
she's a big fan of Zach and all the videos that he releases, especially Can of Competition. She loves those are her
She does,
favorite.
well-
She wants the world to know that she only watches my videos.
She likes them.
Thank you for that correction.
She actually
Keith.
only watched the Eat the Menu that came out today through her part. Hers is right at the beginning, and then she turned it off. I'm like, okay, Becky.
You know, my very, very, very cool friend Kathleen.
Uh-huh.
Like she's like a different echelon of
Yeah,
cool
she's
in,
cool.
in music.
She wears hats.
She doesn't wear hats.
Oh, I picture her in a
but
hat.
she could.
No,
She could.
Because when she goes to Coachella, doesn't she wear a hat?
Effortlessly wear hats.
She would look so
she's
good
just
in a hat.
super cool.
You're
She
telling
would
me
look-
she's never worn a hat.
She's definitely, guys, listeners.
She's not
in
really a hat girl.
Picture her in a hat.
But I
a
like
nice
how
hat.
that's what you associate with cool people.
Yeah.
Oh, she wears
yeah.
hats.
If you can like wear a cool hat and look cool, you're cool.
Exactly. You like the option to wear it or not wear it is the coolest
Like
thing
you can
ever.
wear a cool hat.
I do sometimes wear cool hats.
See, and you're cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zach wears semi-cool hats.
And it feels forced.
Yeah. Go ahead, Eugene. I'm sorry.
Her friend, who is also very cool, like if you were in a room with him, you would say, "Whoa, I can't even talk to this guy because he doesn't even like talk. He's so cool. He's a fine artist,
That's
like
not
an
very
actual
cool.
artist. No, like literally, you stand there and you go, "This guy is so cool."
Oh, yeah.
And he barely probably even watches YouTube at all. And he showed her recently. He goes, "Hey, your friend, I like this video," and it was without a recipe. He was like, "This is funny. You should watch this." Probably has never seen any other Try Guys video. Yeah.
Wow. You're telling me cool people like us?
I mean, it's rare, but it happened.
Cool.
Yeah, it happened.
That makes us cool.
No, there's just some people who are actually cool, you know?
Yeah.
Because people can maybe call their favorite YouTubers cool, but I don't think most YouTubers inherently are cool people.
Right.
Because part of the job of being online is being overtly friendly and accessible. Cool people are not accessible, and they're not overtly friendly.
That's true, but I think some friendly people are cool. But
No, they're
there's
cool,
certain,
but
like there's a type
cool.
of cool,
Actual
that's not,
cool people.
That's not like
Yeah.
extrovertedly like out there being like, "Hey, nice to meet you." They're like,
But like,
just sort of breathing sexily
like
in the corner.
Kathleen's cool because I was like, "What'd you do this past week?" And she goes, "Oh, I just threw Frank Ocean's birthday party," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Everyone
She's
got
like,
a
what'd you
hat.
did? And I was like, I watched Cheer on Netflix by myself. Like,
It was good though.
it was excellent.
Cheer was good.
Cheer was excellent.
We must.
Really touches my Southern heart in a way that felt very PTSD.
I wanna get invited to Frank Ocean's birthday. What do? I feel like you just sip apple juice and be sad in corners. I want that. That sounds amazing.
No, it was Paris is Burning themed. So it was all category is, femme, Vogue, and it was like whole like
When
Vogue
am I
battles.
gonna get invited to a mansion party? I'm putting it out there again in the universe. It can be Taco Bell. It can be anyone else. I want to go to a mansion party.
We'll go one day.
Maybe if we can throw one for a video.
I think
I think we can't.
You know how much I like
mansion
having
parties.
birthday parties that are fun and costumey? One day, if I have money to the point where I can actually rent out a mansion, that's the one thing I'll spend it on. Is like a cool venue for a costume party.
totally would.
Yeah.
Well, let's start there. Eugene, this weekend was your birthday. You threw a themed party. Alas, it was not in the mansion, but tell the people about it.
Oh, yeah. For my birthdays, I like to treat it as Halloween Part 2 because everyone knows I love Halloween. So this year, the theme was Disney Channel original movies and series.
It's a good like mid-January, post-holiday. It's like everyone's like, oh, well, I guess it's a new year and we don't have Christmas to look forward to for like 12 months. And then you're like, psych, we got Halloween Part 2. It's Eugene's birthday. Also, fuck Christmas.
I'm just far away
Eugene.
now.
I don't think that.
He doesn't like Christmas.
But Zach was the only one who could make it.
That's true. I am the best friend. I am the only
Well, that's not what I
friend.
said, but thank you for coming.
You are quite welcome for being loyal.
Becky sprained her ankle the morning of the party.
Or so she wants you to believe.
She definitely did. And then
Yikes.
so we spent the
Was
whole
it pretty
weekend.
bad? Had
It's
to ice
luckily
that sucker up.
not that bad.
Cantaloupe-size ankle?
No, it's actually pretty okay. I did make her ice it. She did not want to ice it. I'm like, Becky, this is
She
literally,
didn't want to ice
I'm like,
it.
this is literally how
She should call me and I will tell her about spraining things.
I was like, I know it sucks because it's cold, but it will heal your ankle like exponentially
Here's how
faster.
you
faster.
heal
Science.
all sprained joints. It's the rice method.
Rice, rest, ice, compression, elevation.
I've never heard that.
I Googled that this
Get
weekend.
yourself some knowledge.
Well, I just did.
Yeah.
That's why I come to the TryPod for occasional nuggets of knowledge.
Nuggets of knowledge.
And most of the time, retractions for false assertions of knowledge.
Specifically Becky.
I've hurt myself so often that I'm just very comfortable icing my body any time of day.
The Disney Channel party, Eugene, what did you go as?
I went as the heroes of High School Musical, Sharpay and Ryan Evans. I made my boyfriend be Ryan, of course, because I am
He
the
nailed
Sharpay
it.
in the relationship. Yeah. But that's one of the
with
things.
The hat.
That's the one with the hat.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's
the cool
cool.
hats. He wears a lot of cool hats.
Real
It was
cool.
a big hat.
But I
episode.
love them because if anyone is familiar with High School Musical, and I rewatched all three of them in preparation for my party.
Oh, God.
The villains
Dedication.
are the theater nerds. Like, if you're not familiar with the storyline, the hero is the jock and the new girl, and the villains are the people who actually were art nerds since they were kid.
The people who love theater the most.
It's really a huge flip of reality because you're not the cool kid when you're the theater geek. Yeah. So, yeah, I always felt for Sharpay and Ryan, so I went as them from their audition number outfits. And it was a huge hit. I had a lot of people at the bar come up to me and go, Sharpay and Ryan? It's that like ingrained in millennial minds, those outfits.
My favorite picture was the one of you with YB because you're just towering over her.
Oh, yeah.
You must have
tiny.
crazy heels on.
Yeah, I had like 5.5 inch
you were
heels on,
looking like a giant monster, Sharpay, and it was amazing.
I mean, those poor theater kids, they're working years and years and years for
yeah.
a role of a lifetime. And then all of a sudden, this jock and new kid just come in, sweep in, and they're like, what happened to my seniority? What happened to my training?
I did that when I moved into a school as a senior and took 3 lead roles in the plays that year.
You were the Troy Bolton of your school?
No, he
No,
was
I
the Gabriella.
I was the Gabriella.
The Gabriella
Yeah.
of your school?
Yeah.
Who was your Troy?
Nobody. It didn't work out.
Were you soaring flying?
No, but I was having a good time.
Was there a star in heaven that you couldn't reach?
Yeah. There were some people who didn't like me that I liked.
He's quoting a song.
One day,
No, I know. I'm just sort of trying to answer as if they're real questions.
All right. Well, we're breaking free from this conversation.
Yeah, we're breaking free.
I do think it's really impressive. Like, there are few people that can tell, in the middle of January, right off after a holiday, say, "Hi, I'm throwing this party in 4 days. It's a theme party. Wear a costume." And everyone showed up. Everyone committed. It's not. I feel like not everyone can ask people to do that, and their friends will actually go through with it.
Well, it was tough because I tried for the first time to do a daytime party, which I thought more people would commit to because, I would assume that on a Saturday afternoon people could show up, but I had about half the people cancel on me. The morning of, half the people canceled.
It was a 3-day weekend, but
I think people have more of people feel like they can cancel on a day party more than I think a club party.
You're probably
so
right.
next time I need to, I think, go back to like a traditional 10 to 2 a.m.
Also, it was a 12-hour window. That's pretty tough for people to, you feel like, oh, well, it's so long that I'm not missing it if I cancel.
It was like,
you know what I mean?
The implication is that it was a 3 p.m. till last call party.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but yeah.
It could have been.
I think like when you get the sense like, oh, I can just come whenever, then it's easier to say, oh, well, I could just not come at all.
It throttles
Rather
your whole
than it's
day,
like,
right?
This is an hour. The cake will be served at 4. You have to be here.
Yeah.
But 2 different approaches.
Yeah, daytime stuff. I think I'm going to go back to clubs next year.
Yeah, Wes's party last year was a daytime party. It was like pre-lit, but if he had thrown like a more of a club party last year, I think it would have been dope.
Would have been a rager. Yeah.
I didn't go to Wes's party because it was right after I had gotten my hair surgery.
Oh.
And so I was this inflated balloon man.
You would have been a good addition to the creatures at the party.
I would have, but it was like some people knew, right? But I was still in this place where I was insecure about how I looked, and I was very moody because of the medicine I was on, and I fucking looked crazy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go scroll through my Instagram until you see my face swollen like I got stung by 1,000 bees.
That's a common side effect of that procedure.
Yeah, and a lot of, really any surgery in or around your head, if you don't sleep right, but also if you're just prone to inflammation, you will puff up, and I puffed up. And it was just, it was too much for me to bear, the idea of going to this party and having to explain myself to people, and Wes seeing my face and crying. I just couldn't do it.
Side effects of surgery are so funny, because they're often like weird swelling. For when I had my hernia surgery, just my abdomen swelled like crazy, so I looked like I gained like 10 pounds. But before I left, they were like, "And let us know if your scrotum swells like crazy." And I was like, "What?" It was like, "Yeah, sometimes people's scrotum just swell like 3 times their size," and I was like, "What?" And it did not happen to me, thank God, but I was super concerned.
That would probably really hurt.
It would probably really hurt.
Would, like, if it stretched out, would it go back to normal, or would you just have excess skin forever down there?
No, I think it's the balls that swell.
Yeah, it's like the balls that swell.
Yeah, not the skin sac.
You did say scrotum, and my mind went straight to dick.
Yeah, I think it's like the, fluid around your testicles.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something
I don't
around
know
the
what
testicles.
happens, but it didn't sound fun. And it didn't happen.
Sounds kind of fun.
Maybe, a little bit.
A genuine question. If Keith came into the office and was like, "Guys, the craziest thing happened. I got surgery and my penis is like 4 times swollen right now," would you be like, "Yeah, I want to see that"?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're all on the same page.
You gotta
For
give it an
sure.
opportunity.
From a purely technical perspective,
Yeah.
Yeah.
educational.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Educational.
when someone says, "Do you want to watch me pick this scab?" Some people say yes, and some people say no. I like watching that stuff.
Although
I've been staring at your scab.
I don't want to watch that.
I don't want to watch
I've just been sitting
It's
here
a
like,
pretty big scab.
it looks like some of it already like tore off, probably a little prematurely. But
Yeah.
the middle part, I'm like
the
waiting.
Band-Aid took some with
I'm
it.
waiting for you to pull out. And when you peel that bad boy, you let me know.
It's gonna take a while.
I like peeling my own scabs, but I can't say I've ever derived pleasure from another's.
Do you ever press your own bruises?
Oh, yeah.
I always do that. I'm always
Yeah,
pressing my bruises.
but not a ton.
I got this scab in a soccer game, and the guy I was marking, I tackled him, and he was like, "Hey, watch out, bro!" And I said, "It's not a foul if the ref doesn't see it, bro." And then the next play,
douche.
he laid into me and sent me flying, and then the ref called a foul on him. So got inside his head. What's to say?
And did you guys win?
That game?
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't my fault.
But Ned won that moment.
You're
It's about
defense,
the
right?
small
I'm
victories.
defense. Yeah, we had a good defense game, but our offense couldn't score.
Speaking of sports,
1-0.
Sports.
we glossed over this briefly, but Keith, I did not know you watched Cheer on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking ate that shit
Oh,
up.
I watched the whole thing.
Cheers about sports?
It's
about
about
cheerleading,
cheerleading, but
which
it's
Is
a
it
sport.
Friday Night Lights, but for cheerleading?
no, it's
kind of actually the feeling
I'm
you get
in.
watching it.
That's
yeah,
true. It's a follow doc.
You
though.
really, it's a really well made documentary, but
Okay.
it also is this wonderful glimpse not only into cheerleading as a very serious sport, but the people who end up at Navarro College, which is somewhere in suburban Texas outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people who this is like their main opportunity to, you know, get an education, but also to essentially like try to
save their life.
get that and like get the national title of cheerleading.
They're at
It's
junior college.
Crazy.
That's one of the best cheer schools in the
country.
country, and almost all of the people on it have come from terrible homes or have something bad has happened
Or, like,
in their
poverty
life. And it's
or-
amazing
yeah.
'cause every character is like, wow,
really wanna root for them.
You
Yeah.
are really overcoming the odds right now.
I became a cheerleader for cheerleaders.
yeah.
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 Yeah, but it also is like a really great slice of what it like that show was my upbringing. Like that was my
I know those people.
life. I know all those
100%.
people.
Yes.
There's a scene in the pilot in the first episode where they are required to take, because they're not all from Texas, an intro to Texas class. You get a glimpse into this. And the first slide that this teacher is presenting has a map of the United States. Texas is in red and has a beautiful like blue star in it. And the rest is sectioned off. California's called hideous. The plains is called boring. The Northeast is called
Like Yankee Town. or
Yankee
something
Town.
Like
This
that.
is taught in school.
And Florida's called Disneyland.
awful or
In
something.
Texas. I mean, yeah, in Tennessee was Tennessee history was the most important thing.
But it was I took Texas history, Texas government twice as a class.
Hey, this is Zach and Ned from the TryPod. If you've ever wanted to start your own podcast, you might think you need all sorts of equipment to set it up.
Turns out all you need is Anchor. Anchor is an all-in-one free tool from Spotify that lets you create your own podcast and get it heard everywhere.
With Anchor, you can record, edit, and be heard on all listening platforms, and they'll even pair you with sponsors to help you get paid for your show.
It all works in your web browser or right from Anchor's mobile app. And best of all, it's totally free.
Make your podcast with Anchor today by going to anchor.fm/tripod. That's anchor.fm/tripod.
So I couldn't come to your birthday party because I was in San Antonio, Texas, for a wedding.
Beautiful.
And we went to the Alamo, and it is the most underwhelming piece of architecture I've ever seen. I mean, you expect it to be this like giant fort, like totally iconic, massive. It's like a small.
It's a small
building.
mission building.
Probably the size
Yeah.
of this office.
Yeah.
When we were at San Antonio on tour, I woke up a little bit later. I met up with Keith and Eugene. I don't know where
Yeah,
you were.
we
yet.
had a little morning date.
I was
Yeah.
having a scooter.
Oh
scooter
yeah,
time.
But I
Scooted
just
all over that
we were
city.
like 2 blocks from the Alamo, and they were like, no, we were just there. Fuck it, you don't want to see it.
Oh no, Keith and I took photos in front of the Alamo because we had this moment where we turned to each other and I said, I think I learned about the Alamo as a Texan child, maybe 10 years of my 15 years in school. Like they drill
Yeah.
the Alamo story into you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Keith goes, I know about the Alamo because someone very famous from Tennessee died there.
Is that Davy Crockett?
Yeah.
Davy
He's from
fucking
Tennessee.
Crockett.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, King of the Wild Frontier. That's where he perished.
I believe he's a Tennessee hero. We say
Tennessee
folk hero,
hero.
but he's real.
Yeah.
But like that, there's always that bleed of what's real and what's not.
I don't know
Johnny
what he-
Appleseed is based on something.
He was just
real.
like an adventurer,
about
right?
Paul
He was like a real
Bunyan?
frontiersman.
yeah.
He
was
popularized
just
the look of the raccoon cat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. But I learned
So
way too much
everyone
about the Alamo.
died at the Alamo.
Except for one boy and Emily something, one woman they spared to go tell the message.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
But then why was it significant? Did it like turn the tide of the war because everyone was invigorated?
Yeah, because
by the
essentially,
massacre?
since, and it's hard because when you look at it, you're like, was Texas as a republic really right? Because this was technically Mexico's land. Yeah. So it's kind of like convoluted, and really not that convoluted. But for Texans and Americans, it was this like moment where because they massacred everyone in the mission and they were surrounded, it inspired and rallied the troops to surprise General Santa Anna. Sam Houston did it at a turning point in the war where they pushed the Mexican army back. So, but that moment was this like, oh, now we're going to actually like all fight together and, protect our country.
Remember the Alamo.
And screaming, remember the Alamo. Yeah.
I think it's currently used as a symbol to continue nationalistic bullshit and thinly veiled
course.
racism against Mexicans.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's like I don't think it's something we're
And
celebrating.
there's a Ripley's Believe It or Not across the street.
Well, okay, now that we should remember.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, there's.
But what I'm telling,
I believe it.
and I'm not defending Texas education.
No, you're
Definitely,
you're just representing.
don't
it.
appreciate it. But I'm
Yeah.
representing where we grew up, which Cheer showed really well.
Cheer-
which is you have a very narrow upbringing about what like the world is and how America was
Also,
founded.
the way the cheerleaders look when they compete with the crazy big hair and the crazy like baby doll curls, like they look
The big
like they
bows.
almost look like Bratz dolls.
Yeah.
Like because their heads become twice the size with how they put a giant bow and they tease their hair, and it's like they put on a ton of makeup, and then also their bodies are itty bitty as it is.
Yeah, they're like all under 100 pounds
Yeah.
at the Flyers.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that we found our way back to Netflix because I have two different roads. One is a quick thought, an observation, if I can. Where it's interesting. I think that the promise of Netflix and the streaming, the world of streaming was that, oh wow, we have infinite possibilities at our fingertips. But what I'm realizing is actually happening is that we're going back to programmatic TV, where it's like, okay, what's on NBC tonight? Okay, I'm gonna watch that, and you're not actually choosing. You turned on Netflix, and that is like you. Correct me if I'm wrong. You never would have thought in a million years that you would have been watching Cheer, right? But it was the first thing that was recommended. You heard it was good, and now there you go.
I want to make an observation too. I hate it when on Netflix or Amazon or Hulu, they change the picture of the show between when I've watched it last and watching it next, and I can't find the show because I'm looking for a specific thumbnail, and I'm like, where's the show? And Becky's like, it's right there, you idiot. I'm like, I can't see it. Why do they change the picture?
Because they're
Old
curating the visual based on your watching habits.
I know, but I'm already watching it. Leave it the same.
And I'd like to make another observation about the streaming. When I finish a show, I want to sit with it for a second. I want to let that impact of the cut to black hit me in the heart. And instead, the second it's over, I am furiously scrambling to the remote so that I can hit back so that it doesn't immediately go into the next episode.
It's like 3 seconds. Like, can I have like just a minute to go pee or have a snack
Give me
without
10.
having to
Give me
put
10.
pause?
10 seconds.
10 seconds
And you
is
know
fine.
what? I'll give you another observation on Hulu. They start the countdown before the fucking show is over. So
That's
you're watching
wild.
your Rick and Morty, and they got a little post bumper joke, but all of a sudden there's a 10. Oh, you know what? The Good Place does this, because The Good Place, the final moment of that show is always like the big, like dun dun dun, and it's as that scene's starting, you just see 10, 9.
Oh my god.
8, 7, and like the show's still happening. There's still plots coming out. It is. So that's been my streaming rants of the week.
Love it.
I would love to talk about a show that really took over my weekend. I know Keith and Eugene, I think it took over yours as well, and that is The Circle. Ned, have you indulged?
I finished it.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been watching The Witcher.
No, Ned. There's
you?
conversations about The Circle.
And
It wasn't what else are you watching?
No. Other things I'm watching. Well, SNL's coming back. That's exciting.
Because this is a conversation that you can join in regardless. The Circle, if you don't know, is social media as a game show. And what is so fascinating about it is that it is gamified, people choosing profile pictures, people chatting, but then there are also catfishes in the game of people, because no one ever sees each other face to face.
Oh, wow.
So someone will be like, I'm going to play my girlfriend Rebecca, and he uses her photo and is talking as her the whole time. And you're trying to figure out, I want to be on this show.
I actually was thinking, what if we asked them if the four of us could pilot one character?
That sounds amazing.
Because that would be fun. Or can we just make an episode with them where all of us are catfishes and we're trying to figure out who is which catfish? Like the four of us enter the game and it's just the four of us, but we're all playing other characters, and at the end you have to just rank who you think is who, and whoever can guess the correct identities wins.
I guess we don't need that. We could just do that.
We could just do it. Yeah, but it basically would be
I want to be on their show.
I want to be on their show. What I like about it is that it's a social experiment in and of itself. And to me, the most interesting thing, and this is props to the casting, is that they chose like honesty, they chose kindness, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but it's just like watching it is they're almost playing like Bachelor contestants and how they talk. It's like, well, this person is really vulnerable to me, so I trust them, and it's like all about emotion instead of like there's no fights. It's totally different.
Okay, this is a very weird analogy to pull out, but cooperation is something that is actually seen a lot more in human behavior than you would expect and throughout history, because it's what is that grid where it's the prisoner's dilemma. If you both agree, you both do well. If one of you thwarts the other, one does really well, but one loses. And if you both betray each other, you both fail. And so cooperation often is the best choice. And in World War I, thinking back to 1917, there was a cooperation where people in the trenches didn't actually want to kill each other. They were just like, we just want to make it out of here alive. So there would be this thing where at 12:08 every single day, the enemy shot this same spot, this same target, and they knew just stay away from that spot because they wanted to show their generals, hey, we're attacking. But it was this unspoken way of telling each side, hey, we're not actually trying to kill you. You don't kill me. I'm not going to try and kill you. Mm-hmm. We're both going to get out of here alive. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That was on my mind because of 1917.
It's a very cool fact. I wonder, I finished the circle.
I did too.
I'm not done. I'm so close.
I won't ruin anything, but it's interesting because you had that observation. I had a different take on that because a lot of the players, because there's like people who catfish, so they're using a different profile picture. For Ned and for viewers who haven't, and listeners who haven't seen this, it's basically a reality competition show where everyone's isolated into different hotel rooms, essentially. They have to create a online profile, but they have no idea if the other person is essentially a catfish or not. And they have like maybe 1/5 of the players are catfishes. And then basically you're eliminated based on the ranking at some points that the players do
just
of each
how much
other.
they like you.
And if you are the bottom one, you get blocked, which means you're eliminated.
Yikes.
And they bring in new players throughout. But there's also challenges that get to make you...
So what was your take on it?
My take was that a lot of people were honest, but that idea of the cooperation and being like, oh, this person's legitimate or vulnerable, that was a very particular tone of vulnerability that I found fake.
It felt fake.
Because
some of it was,
that like way of people cooperated was always the say a message to me, like you're doing a private message on this game. Hey,
just checking in on see how you're doing after last night.
oh my God, thank you so much. It's so great that you're talking to me right now. I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm really here for you. I like really support you.
Oh, that's so sweet. I really support you. It's great to hear that.
It's very like it, and
Circle,
I realized,
message Eugene and Keith. I got you guys' back. You're my day one homies.
Yeah.
Hashtag ride or die. Hashtag honesty first. Send message.
And it brings up this other interesting question about social media, which is
right now?
well, which is that did create like a true alliance in the gameplay.
Yes.
But would those people actually have been friends in real life? Would those people actually
no.
like each other?
Some of them.
A few of them, but I really don't think a few of them would actually have in any way or form like created a real human connection.
What I like though is it sort of like the internet and like an old message board. Like you could become friends with like a username. And that although the person on the other end of that might have been someone who'd never be friends with you in real life. So I thought that element of the game did replicate something that was like very internet-y and true.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the optimal strategy for that is? It's called tit for tat, where you start nice and cooperating, but if someone fucks you, you fuck them right back. But then if they say, oh, I want to be nice again, then you start being nice.
That
You
is
just-
what happens.
that's about what
Start
that what
nice,
happened, yeah.
And then you just copy whatever the other person is
That's
doing.
pretty much everyone's copying each other's
Because
behavior.
if you just are nice all the time, you're going to get taken advantage of.
Okay, season 2 of The Circle. This is our audition. You have a chance to be a catfish. Any catfish you want. You're going to be the fishiest fish. Who are you being? Eugene.
What?
Like what type of person? Like
Yeah.
what?
Oh, what's
if
your
you
fake
could catfish
profile?
as anybody.
You know, I had a different strategy. I would actually catfish with someone that I think, for people who watch the show, is more of a shubum.
Yeah.
I would catfish. Everyone catfish with someone who was ridiculously hot.
They were all hot.
They took
Yeah,
photos
they
of
did the
people who
wrong
were
idea.
literally supermodels.
And it tried
And it makes sense because you do like hot people, and a lot of people are there, like they're young, they're single, they want to like flirt. A lot of flirting, but that is private chats.
Yeah.
I would have maybe went to a place where I wanted to be someone who was super authentic and catfish with a really good like story. You know, someone that you would never want to.
Yeah, I
eliminate.
would want to be a husband with like 2 kids.
Yeah, something
and
like
my wife passed away.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's dark, but I think
Yeah.
But
that's a
how
strategy
you win.
someone
because-
should come
because
in
everyone really wanted to support the people who seemed like they needed it, or
Yeah.
like they really like emoted with people who shared personal stories.
Wow.
with. And Shubham was so unique because
What'd
he
you
was
win at the end?
the only person being himself and wasn't trying to be.
$100,000.
big ones.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
I would catfish as a 12-year-old child.
They would never let you on. That would be obvious.
No,
the
because
show producers can't put you on the show.
No, and my mom would be there with me.
Okay.
Monitoring. I would be a mother-son combo.
Yeah. That's the weirdest dynamic for sure. That one really rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, that's strange, Zach.
Yeah.
No, just in the show, that one rubs me the wrong way.
But that would be hilarious if there was a way they could put a kid on there.
Yeah.
Because that he or she would be just like overwhelmed, but also maybe very good at the game.
Maybe very good, but he'd also be flirted with, and that'd be a really weird situation.
That's very weird. Yeah.
Let's jump to a new topic. Anybody try anything new this week?
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Weekly tries.
I took Wes to his first wedding.
Oh,
That was pretty neat. I didn't realize it, but then it was apparent. I was like, wait, Wes has never danced on a dance floor like this. And it was pretty cool because he was on LA time, so he stayed up till 9 p.m.
Oh,
So
party boy.
He was a little party boy. He had an outfit with a maroon vest and maroon joggers and a little like cloth flower on his lapel with a chain.
Also, this was during Eugene's party while Ned was at this wedding, and Ned was drunk texting us updates of the playlist of the party.
It was a good playlist, you guys.
It was about 4 hours of, oh shit, they're playing Akon! Oh shit, Pitbull!
So much so that I thought Ned went there without Ariel and Wes because I was like, he just seems lonely. He's texting a group thread about the music. But I also realized that's just super lit Ned.
Yeah.
He just wants everyone to share in the fun.
Yeah, I missed you guys. I wish you guys were at the wedding. And I knew that you guys were at a party, so I was like,
we're both partying.
We're both partying. But Wes had a great time. He was just dancing, clapping.
This podcast is brought to you by Shopify and Bubba Rose and Potluck and Pop It Pal and TryGuys.com and a million other businesses.
That's right. We use Shopify on TryGuys.com. It's an all-in-one commerce solution designed to start, grow, and scale your business on your terms. Shopify can help you start, sell, market, and manage your business. It does everything possible to support independent businesses like us, the Try Guys, on TryGuys.com. Its mission is to make commerce better for everyone by supporting anyone who wants to start their own business.
Shopify powers independent businesses of all sizes and will support you from your first sale to your full scale.
And anytime we got questions, Shopify is your true business partner with 24/7 customer support because just because you're independent doesn't mean you're alone.
And you may be like, why are you guys talking about your website so much during a Shopify ad? Because Shopify does everything they can to support independent businesses on their platform. So they'd want us to talk about ourselves. See all the way that Shopify is supporting independence at shopify.com/independence. Shopify, supporting independence.
Like us.
Not independence, independence.
Like independent businesses. Like TryGuys.com. Hey, Zach, where'd you get that sweatshirt?
Oh, this sweatshirt? Got it at TryGuys.com.
TryGuys.com?
Powered by Shopify.
Powered by Shopify.
Here is my fear of babies at weddings is there's no world in which he's not the star.
Yeah.
Everyone on the dance floor is like, look at that baby go!
Oh, yeah, but there were a bunch of babies at the wedding.
Okay.
There
so
was
that's
5.
Equal opportunity, baby.
Yeah.
Popularity.
Wes met all of his second cousins.
Wow, did
which
they
is very
dance
cute.
together?
Yeah, a little bit. They were on Texas time, though, so they had to go to bed earlier.
Wimps.
Losers.
No.
I mean, children.
Losers.
But it's really fun watching like a 4-year-old talk to a 2-year-old because they have like slightly more words. Like, hello, Wes. Like, do you want to go down the slide? Wes doesn't want to go down the slide. And then parent chimes in like, well, I think he's a little cautious right now. I think he just needs to take some time to warm. Wes,
Yeah.
go down the slide with me. It's like it's still a kid that doesn't really know what's going on, but they know more and have more words than the 2-year-old. The 2-year-old's just like, Paul?
When I was a kid, I was the ring bearer at my uncle's wedding. I was probably 6. And I just remember they gave me this pillow and it had a fake ring sewn on. And I was furious. I was like, you guys don't trust me? You're telling me I gotta just walk down a fucking aisle and you don't trust me to just carry a ring? Give me the ring, Uncle Neil. I can do this. And they wouldn't give it to me and I put up a huge fucking fit. And then I just had to walk down, and my sister was the flower girl, and she was so shy, so she couldn't throw the flowers right. And everyone was like, "Oh, that's so cute." I'm like, "Stephanie, you're fucking it up. throw the flowers like a big girl. We have a job to do. And then, for some reason, they said no babies allowed at the party. So I had to go home early. And I'm like, I'm just trying to bust a move. I just want to dance. And they wouldn't let me. It was the worst wedding ever.
It was probably a really fun wedding for the adults
like
without the kids
6
there.
is, that's an appropriate age to be trusted with a ring.
I was ready to fucking
Yeah.
party.
You're old enough.
The wedding I
Not
was
lose
just
it.
in had like 4 and 5 year olds who were trusted with the ring, and I was like, are you sure you guys want that? I'll hold the rings. I was the best man. Like, let's just give them the boxes. They don't need to have the rings in the boxes. Like, and they're like, no, it'll be fine. I'm like, are you sure? They're children. And,
You just watch the kid eat the
and
ring.
no one seems to be monitoring the children. So I'm like, I guess I'm in charge of the children too because they have the rings.
A couple months ago, I went to one of my best friend's weddings, and when it came time to present the rings, there was this moment of silence.
Oh yeah.
And then confusion.
Oh, no.
And then the bride kind of turned around to her brother and to her bridesmaid.
Did they forget it?
And no one, they didn't do a rehearsal dinner, I guess.
Oh.
And no one was in charge of the ring. And so there was just this panic. And the mom just goes, I guess the brother's name, it was like, Brian, go inside the house. And he just sprints off running. And there's like 5 minutes of clatter and confusion, and finally the rabbi took his ring off and the bridesmaid took her ring off, and they exchanged those. And they couldn't find the ring until like an hour later.
That's so funny.
Very memorable
So
for me.
now she's married to the rabbi.
Yes.
And he's
That's
married
right.
to the bridesmaid.
Nice.
How that works. Nice.
I love
Nice.
it. I love it.
Love was found that
I'm just
day.
saying, if you had given me the ring, that would not have happened.
Yeah. I was like, I want to hold on to the rings. That's one of my jobs. I was like bummed that the kids got the cool job. Yeah, because the best man is actually the person who normally has the rings. So I was like, give me the rings.
We're throwing a Super Bowl party, and
Everyone listening is invited. Ned's address is.
No, please no. Actually, I'm getting more RSVPs than I thought.
Oh, shit.
And I maybe went a little overboard with invitations, but it's like fair amount of people said no last year because not everyone likes football, but now this year everyone's like yes.
You know why
Yeah.
I think people are also coming more this year?
Yeah.
Better halftime show.
Hey.
Oh, that's true. What was it
J-Lo
last year?
and Shakira are performing this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
It's going to
it's
be
fun.
a Latin explosion.
And J-Lo is avenging her stolen Oscar nomination. She's coming
She's
out
coming hard.
full
She's going to
force.
come
pissed at
hard.
Yeah, I mean, she was incredible.
Wait, who was last
was
year's
very good.
halftime show?
Absolute.
Was it a legacy
bullshit.
act?
Wait, what was last year? It wasn't Justin Timberlake. That was,
Was
2
it
years
like
No,
ago.
that was 2
Maroon
years ago.
5 or something?
Maroon 5.
Right?
Oh yeah, that was like a tepid
Over it.
experience.
Adam
Yeah.
Levine with his shirt off, showing off. all
He's
his
great,
tattoos.
but I'm over it.
Yeah. No, J-Lo and
Real
Shakira.
bad Super Bowl all around.
Yeah.
So is it 49ers?
And the
And,
Chiefs.
And the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City Chiefs. So it's a really good offense versus a really good defense. Should
And
be exciting.
With an exciting offense running game. So it's, yeah.
That's true.
If I might continue being the very gay try guy talking about J-Lo and Shakira.
Yes.
The 49ers has the really hot quarterback, right?
Yes, Jimmy
Yes.
Garoppolo is
Jimmy
is
Garoppolo.
a dreamboat.
Jimmy G,
What a
the
looker.
handsome one.
I've been Googling that. I'm like ready to watch that happen. How hot is the other quarterback? See, this is what
Patrick
I'm
Mahomes is
interested about.
He's like hot because he's the most talented quarterback in the NFL.
He's
That
fun
is
to
very
watch.
attractive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skills very
He's-
attractive. Plus with the
he's the most
helmet
skilled.
and everyone's like,
But the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce,
tight end.
had a he
That's
had
a
tight
good
end.
name.
He had a reality dating show at one
No
point.
way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was a show where like you just tried to.
And he was what, the host?
No,
or he was,
it
on it.
He was.
He was like a bachelor.
It was like
Oh
The
my
Bachelor, but
God.
just for this one football player. I
No
don't think I'm
way.
making
Was
this
it called
up.
like
That's
End
funny.
Zone or something? And like it was about
Get this tight
people who
end.
love football
Touch?
players.
All right, I'm
No.
gonna look this up and make sure that I'm not spouting bullshit.
all right, so for the listeners who don't care much about football, when you watch the Super Bowl with your family, J-Lo and Shakira are performing, and the 49ers quarterback is very attractive.
Right.
Yeah. Right now on the TryPod, who's your money on? Who are you betting on?
Well, so that's a
Ooh.
tough question because
And I hope you're
literally,
betting against each other.
Literally, my money is on the 49ers because 2 months ago I got them at 8-1 odds to win the Super Bowl.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And,
wow.
Here
What
we
about
are.
you, Zach?
But I like the Chiefs more, and I will personally be rooting for the Chiefs to win.
So you're going to
Just
root
'cause
for
their
the
offense
Chiefs.
is electric. So fun to watch. And I love Patrick Mahomes.
I just want y'all to put like a bet right now on the line. I just like watching people bet.
Okay.
$10 on the Chiefs.
No, not money.
Oh.
You have to do something in the TryPod if you lose.
I'll eat $10.
Okay.
I'll eat $10 if the Chiefs lose
You're gonna eat $10
in quarters. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that.
Well, but we
It's
both
illegal.
want the same team to win. Okay, what? So do I?
Wait,
have
so
to
you're both
take-
going for the Chiefs?
But
Yeah, we're both rooting for the Chiefs.
All right, so Keith and I will
Yeah.
root for the 49ers.
Okay.
All right.
And then if y'all, it sounds like y'all are gonna win because you know more about football.
no, it's a
It's a
very
big-
even game.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
I
close.
think the
I think-
49ers will probably win, but I'm rooting for the Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs will win, but I'm rooting for the 49ers.
How about
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Keith and Eugene got the bet on the 49ers. Zach and Ned on the Chiefs. We're gonna let Miles decide
Oh, God.
what the losers have to do. So we'll figure that out in the next TryPod.
The new year is upon us. What resolutions did you have? Do you have any resolutions?
Oh, eat better, exercise more, get better sleep.
Yeah, Ned, I'm also looking forward to better sleep,
And part about getting better sleep is sticking to an improved sleep routine and making sure that every time I lay my head down to sleep, I'm sleeping on a great bed. And that's where Sleep Number comes in.
The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone get the proven quality sleep that will change their life. And you can use the Sleep IQ app to help create why can't I speak? What's wrong with me?
Because you didn't sleep last night. If you had the sleep number, you would be better.
You're right.
So check out a Sleep Number store to explore the science behind the bed. You can have a different sleep number from your partner. It's not a one-size-fits-all mattress. You find your custom sleep number.
And one of the ways you can do that is just by going to a Sleep Number store. You can go visit one and you can lay down on a bunch of beds and dial up the numbers, dial down the numbers, figure out your number before you commit, baby. You know what? The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you sleeping comfortably through the night. It listens to you.
And with Sleep IQ technology inside the bed, it tracks how you're sleeping and gives you personalized insights for your best sleep. So your bed will actually talk to you and tell you how you're sleeping.
Your bed will give you advice that will help you sleep for miles.
Ned, way to go sleeping last night. Proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, Sleep IQ.
Discover proven quality sleep with the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. Save $1,000 on a Queen Special Edition smart bed, now only $17.99 during the January sale. Only at a Sleep Number store or at sleepnumber.com/cadence. That's sleepnumber.com/cadence. Speaking of Miles,
Yes.
you may have noticed that he actually isn't here with us today, but he did leave us a card that says, to be opened for advice that will go 4 miles. And he used the number 4 because it's very his speed.
Even in the afterlife, Miles is with us
He
always.
sealed it. Like licked
He didn't want us to
closed.
cheat.
He slobbed all over it.
Oh my Jesus. Okay, let's
All right,
see
Keith,
what we got.
you got to do it in his voice too.
This is exciting.
I'm wondering if I should read this parentheses
just-
because
yeah.
it
In
says
parentheses, he says, "Hey
Cold-
guys, thanks for reading this. Make sure you read all of it. It's really important for the podcast."
which made it tough because that was in parentheticals and it said to read all of it. So what were we supposed to read?
I
that?
want you to
I don't
read
know.
word for word.
What up, Miles Nation?
Pretty good.
It says pause for standing ovation. How y'all doing tonight?
4 exclamation points.
Do you want to urinate with the power of 1,000 suns? Do you want to be so smart you bang every day?
Bang?
Do you want to feel insanely wet?
Is he talking about drinking lots of water?
You said insanely wet?
Wet.
Chug 2 glasses of water right when you wake the fuck up. Water is good, yes. We all know it's the juice that comes from Mother Nature's boobs. Your body is 99% water, and you want to be 100% sexy, so my advice to you is to chug 2 big-ass bowls of water the second you are awake. It wakes you up and it energizes you. You're so tired you can't even be like, ew, water is yucky. Okay, haha, that was funny. Enough of the segment. I'm just speaking as me now. Make sure you follow Miles on Instagram at Miles Bond. It is a really good account, haha.
Nice. That was a
Drink water.
good Miles.
I
Yeah.
mean, hydration, super important.
Yeah.
No arguments there.
I've always heard, and this was from a person who, believes in crystals, but that if you drink warm water as your first glass of water, it's better for your digestion for that day.
Your digestion.
Your digestion for the day, because it's just the same temperature as your stomach. Rather than cold, making your stomach cold and condensing, it just keep it the same temperature. You don't need to make it cold.
I prefer room temperature water.
It was
I like
slightly
cold water.
warm. I think she said to use slightly warm salt water.
That's
There's
too
so
much.
many-
That's too much.
Do you remember that there's like a rule apparently that you're not even supposed to drink liquids while you're eating? Like it does something with the digestion. You're supposed to drink after or before you eat. Some shit like that.
But
Yeah.
what if I
We
eat
could-
something spicy?
You could always be doing
There's
better
all these
things.
rules, like you just have to eat like in moderation and just avoid like rich fatty foods. Just the worst.
That's the word. I
Many
mean, it's
rules
delicious.
like stop eating when you're full and don't only eat cookies for dinner. And there's
Yeah.
so many rules.
I went to a gastroenterologist and he asked what I did, and I said I make YouTube videos for the internet. He said, "Oh, what kind?" And I was like, I can't tell him. I can't tell him that some of the videos I do are just me eating tons of garbage in one sitting.
I think that's pretty pertinent information
Yeah, I
for your
think-
checkup.
yeah,
I was
need.
too embarrassed.
But he would probably say, "Don't do that."
It was, I know. I was like on the way out, and he's like, "By the way, what's your channel called?" I was like, "Try Guys," and
You're like,
don't look at this week's release.
There is something I am very proud of what we do. I have a lot of pride, but there are certain sectors of my life where I don't want knowledge of my profession to enter. Someone said hi to me after a yoga class, and then the yoga instructor was like, "Oh, what's your channel called?" And I'm like, "Fuck, now I gotta go find a new teacher. I don't want this."
I got a massage,
yeah.
and at the end of the massage,
At the very
I
end,
remember that story.
you
Massage
said,
is-
"By the way, I'm a big fan." I'm like,
it's like they've just been touching your body.
I've been rubbing my body for an hour.
I'm okay with the knowledge up top.
Yeah, it would have been a little more okay if she was like, "Hey, just so you know, are you comfortable with this? Because I know you are." I would have been like, "Oh, sure, yeah." But after, it made it very like, "No, I gotta go take a shower."
So I guess, Miles, do we think that he types up his advice every week? I thought he was just shooting from the hip.
But he memorizes stuff, and then I think he
don't
does
know.
some ad-libbing as well.
You're a big notes taker. You always make notes and then read off your phone.
That's true. I do like notes because I'm pretty forgetful. So I guess I'm very impressed with Miles.
You're impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to take notes. I have a working email draft of possible podcast topics, and there are things from like October that we never got to that I'm like, well, maybe someday.
An email draft. So you're just threatening to send it at any point.
That's
in
for
time.
himself.
No, I just, for whatever reason, that's how I keep notes is as email drafts. Or like if I want to remind myself, I'll send an email to myself. I find myself
I
I
do
don't
that too.
I don't check.
I send
Notes.
myself addresses for places that I'm going. That way, it's really easy for me to get them.
Like here's the very first. This is going back to when we had a Patreon exclusive podcast.
Wow.
It was
Don't we
Eugene.
still have a Patreon exclusive podcast?
Oh, we do, and stick around after this for that.
Yeah, stick around after this for the Post Thoughts podcast, where we talk for about 30 minutes about the videos that came out this week.
And by stick around, we mean go to patreon.com.
Yeah,
Stick
it's
around
/Try
and
Stick
go
around
there.
Go to our
Patreon.com
Patreon, join the
/Try
tier
Guys.
that requires that I don't remember how much it
I
costs.
think it's the $10 tier.
Yeah.
You get access to the special podcast.
Pretty much all the extra bonus content.
Yeah.
But this is when this podcast was being tested in Patreon.
Right.
Because
All right,
sometimes
so what are
we
your
write,
unused
right,
notes
right.
that have never made the tripod?
One, I forgot about this, is Eugene's Shia LaBeouf story. I want to know what that is.
Oh, I don't want to talk about celebs.
That's too heavy for this long. We're near the end. We got to pick a short one.
One is my desire to remake a Smash Mouth music video. That was going to be a big goal of mine for 2019. Didn't do it. Maybe 2020. Who knows? The Rat Saga. Boba Unlimited card. Spray tan video. Don't remember that one. I wore a blazer to a school recital. There's a story connected.
Uh-huh.
Look, there's a reason I haven't brought all these up. These are the deep. Okay, here's one we can end on. Flushing etiquette. I entered a bathroom. It was a single-use stall, and the guy knew I was coming in because we kind of walked up at the same time. So he knew I was there, and he didn't flush.
Did he?
He did not flush the pee.
Oh.
And I'm wondering, flushing etiquette, if you're trying to save the environment, we got droughts in California, is it okay to not flush because you know that the person after is going to do it?
What
And
sort of wet restroom is this? Is this like
it
a
a restaurant?
fancy hotel? Is this a restaurant? Is this Disney World?
It was, imagine like where your dentist is, or like a corporate office, and there's like different.
Oh, the single-use ones.
It's the
yeah.
single use in the hall
In
that
the
they all
hall,
share. You have the key on the giant
And on a
oversized
spoon.
ladle.
Oh yeah. And so you guys walked into the restroom together.
No, we walked towards the restroom. He unlocked it. He went in. I was locked outside. It's one room with a sink and a toilet, and he left urine for me.
I think the proper etiquette for a public bathroom is to flush it, because what if you're going in there to poop? Because it's not right to say that my pee could splash up on your butt when you poop.
Great point.
And but in your own home bathroom, I think you should probably not flush it unless you have to.
I have told Maggie, don't bother flushing. I'm coming right in.
I would say,
Why didn't you say
Weird.
if it's brown, flush it down?
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
the
yellow,
thing,
let
yeah.
it mellow.
Yeah.
is that a quote? That's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's for when you have sewage problems.
Oh,
Yeah.
That happened at my camp one year.
think-
There was like a power outage, and so it was like, hey guys, if you're just peeing, you got to let it mellow.
Yeah.
environmentalism aside, which is very noble, general etiquette in a public place, you got to flush.
I think that's the etiquette.
Well, yeah, that's the
You have
only-
to flush.
And don't
Yeah.
piss all over the seat, you cretins. Lift it up with your foot if you don't want to touch it. You can lift it up with your shoe. It's not that difficult. Don't piss all over the goddamn
And if
toilet.
there's an accident, wipe it with the paper towel before you leave.
Yeah, just don't piss all over. It looks like people sometimes go in there and deliberately try to pee everywhere they can.
The broken windows theory of urban development, where if there's one broken window, all of a sudden you give it like 6 months or a year, then it's gonna like spiral and be a bunch of broken windows or a bunch of trash. So it's like actually keeping things in really good repair and clean will save both the city money and also make people's lives better.
And let that be a lesson to your own life. Sometimes you let one dish start in the sink and you don't clean it, and that piles up. So try to like wash those dishes right when you're done with them. Try to like put the garbage out right when it gets to that limit. Try to like do things before they become a problem.
That's your try for the week.
That's going to be my try. That is typically, I've been doing that because Becky's got a twisted ankle. So I'm like doing all the chores right now. So I'm trying not to let them pile up.
I wonder if that's why when I got one dent on my car and I'm like, fuck it. And then all of a sudden I got
100%.
scratches all up
Yeah.
and down.
Yeah.
This is what happens at the end of the tripod is we are revealed
really-
as the monsters we truly are.
We got to end this
Wait, you
now.
go, wrap it up.
Oh no, I was just gonna tell even grosser story.
Tell
But
it.
No, it's too gross. It's all
Tell
too
it.
Save it.
You can listen to Eugene's even grosser story on our podcast on Patreon.
That's right. We have a Post Thoughts podcast where we talk for about 20 minutes more. We're also going to be talking about the videos that came out on our channel this week, and we'll be talking about Eugene's even more disturbing story, so
I'm
you're going to
stoked.
want to hear that. So
Join our community at patreon.com/tryguys. Subscribe to the TryPod. Rate us 5 stars. Also, hey, if you don't watch our YouTube videos, check it out. Try Guys. Tryguys.com.
This has been the Tripod. Keith hit us with the official Tripod theme song.
if you're cool, you can wear a hat. You can wear a hat if you're cool. TryPod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.